What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Stanswich, and welcome back to, I believe, episode number 30 of the Factory Simulator playthrough. Um, Today I'm going to be going over Tier 1 and Tier 2 builds that maximize your profit. So, at each tier, Tier 1 and Tier 2, which setups give you the most money. And so I'm going to be going over Tier 1 first, and then Tier 2, and then also I'm going to be talking about some sneak peek information that they posted in the Discord. It is my speculations on it and what I think it's going to mean. So hopping into Tier 1 immediately, I already have it set up right here. It's very easy. I did buy Advanced Copper Mine just to kind of show you the process faster, so you don't have to kind of wait as long between um, production cycles of the copper. But this one is nice because um, there's no time constraint. Unlike when you're working with assemblers, like you can see right here, that have a set, I guess, cycle time, and so stuff can build up. These are just free flowing, and so you can put as much copper as you want, and it's not going to clog up the machine. It's going to keep flowing through. It's going to make plenty of money, and so the more copper machines you add, copper production machines you add, um, the more money you're going to get. Um, you might want to calculate how long it takes you to get that money back, because, like, for example, what Advanced Copper Mine costs 45,000, and you're getting back around 225 per copper ore produces. So if you calculate that out, 45,000 divided by 225, it takes 200 production cycles to pay back what this is worth. So that makes sense. It has to drop 200 pieces of copper just to pay itself off with these upgrades from these machines. So just be careful of that, I guess. Don't spend too much money, and then just speed it up enough to where you're not waiting a long time to get to the next tier as far as saving money, but don't spend so much that you get to the next tier super quickly and you just have a bunch of extra machines lying around. So find a good balance of buying enough production machines at tier 1 to have this setup running at a decent speed to where you're not waiting around too long, but also you don't want to be constantly buying machines to where you're not actually building up any income or any savings. And once you do get to the next tier, you have a crap ton of machines just laying around doing nothing. So that's it for tier 1, and then at tier 2 I will get to that in a second. Alright, so I got everything set up for the tier 2 highest income profit setup, whatever you want to call it. And this one is actually a combination of tier 2 and tier 1. And then there's a second option for the highest tier 2, I guess, income, but it combines tier 3 and tier 1. So it's tier 3 inputs and tier 1 inputs, but it uses a tier 2 machine to make the final output. I'll get more into detail when we go over there for that one. But this one just uses an advanced copper mine. Well, you don't have to use it advanced, but just a copper mine, an iron mine, and then you need to smelt and press the copper, put it through a single assembler to make, I believe, copper gears. Yep, because you don't have gear presses at this level. And then the iron goes through a furnace and a press to make iron plates. And then once that's done and put together, you get mechanical assemblies. Now, this is worth 48.5k, and so this is the highest thing from purely tier 2 and below. But if you notice right here, there's something worth 46.5 million. That is a lot more than the 48.5k, and I have that set up over here. This thing, like I said, is interesting because it uses sand and what is this? Titanium? Yep, titanium. And so you need tier 1 furnace and cutter to make glass panes, and then you have the titanium going through a furnace and extruder to make titanium wire, and then you get this final product of titanium glass. Now, like I said, this is a combination of tier 3 and tier 1 stuff, but it's using a tier 2 dual assembler. And so if you compare that to some of the things you can make with the tier 3 dual assembler, it's actually the least profitable one. But because you need other tier 3 parts to make these things, you can use kind of your leftover stuff from tier 2 to make this, and get enough money to be able to make this full tier 3 stuff. So you will need kind of to skip ahead and go to the next tier, I guess, to be able to use this setup. And so that setup over there is a lot more viable. This is still good, I guess, a little bit past tier 2 when you're just starting tier 3. But one thing I want to mention, anytime you're using assemblers, if you have advanced assemblers, you can have around 3 producers at once. Like you can see I have set up right here, but you have to have 3 regular producers. You can't have advanced ones. But if you noticed, like these machines produce 3 at a time, and there is a small delay between each, I guess, grouping of material, but it's small enough and it does give enough time to where material isn't building up. That's like the main thing I'm trying to iterate. And so once you get to a certain point, you don't really need to spend any extra money on advanced producers when you have advanced machinery like this. And I have found when you have single, it's somewhere like having 3, when you have, not single, when you have a regular assembler and you have 3 producers, it starts building up. Even 2, I think, is kind of sketchy, and you have to go clear it out every so often. So saving up for advanced assemblers is definitely worth it, but if you can't, like if you don't want to save up and wait around for that long, definitely get single, but make sure you're keeping track of how much stuff's going in and coming out, and you have a good influx of stuff. I will say it's better to have excess building up in here than having to wait a long time in between iterations, because with waiting, or with the build up, you can just come in here and clean it up, and with waiting, you're just losing out on time you could be making income. So yeah, those are just my tips, I guess. And then that's it for the tier 2 and tier 1 little guide as far as the best income for each level. And then I'm gonna put this picture kind of in the screen down here. Let me move around so it's not covering up too much, but I'll move right here, and I'll put this picture down in the bottom right here. They posted on the Discord at 10 a.m. this morning, so it was an hour and 22 minutes ago. And there's water now going to be in the map. They added palm trees, it looks like. We're going to add palm trees. There's a new crystal that's white, which I don't think that's a, what's it called? I don't think that's a rework of any of the crystals. Yeah, that's going to be a brand new crystal, because it's like a solid white. It's not see-through anything. Then they also have a reddish ore. I guess it's down here. I don't know where I'm gonna have the picture at if I'm even gonna be hovering over it. I guess it'll actually be on top of my mouse. But in the bottom, I'm gonna kind of start in the bottom and move clockwise. Even though I did do the crystal first, that one's in the back. But that red one in the front left looks interesting. That's definitely gonna be a new one, I think. I don't think any of these are gonna be reworks of ores that already exist, unless that's gonna be like Shroomite or weird. I don't know. Just like it's a new color that isn't really present at all. And I can't think of any real life ore that looks like, because some of these are also made up ores and stuff. So yeah, the next one is a white base with yellow, pale yellow ore sticking out of it. No clue what that could be. Maybe like amber or something, but the yellow doesn't really match up well. The next 3 all have, it's like in a dark stone. That middle one is very shiny. Maybe platinum? I feel like, so that could be, because titanium's already been used. Titanium's also purple over here. I never understood why it was purple, but I think that could be like platinum or something. And then, geez, my frame rate in the game is not liking this. What is happening? This is back to normal, but the next one looks like gold-ish, kind of like somewhere between gold and iron as far as the colors, and then the last one's just a dark blue. So The only one I can really make a guess on is like the platinum in the middle. I think that's what that will probably be. I'm hoping that's what it will be. And then the palm tree is an obvious new tree. Um, I assume these are all going to be tier 6 things because it'd be weird for them to add them in between tiers that already exist, moving stuff around like that. So that is my speculation. I'd like to hear what y'all think as far as this new sneak peek. And yeah, hopefully the tier 1 stuff and tier 2 stuff helped. And then next time I'll be talking about tier 3 and tier 4. And then the final one I'll probably be talking about tier 5, which I have going. So even though I have talked about it a bit, I just would like to go a bit more into depth on it in detail as far as what everything's doing and all of that. So regardless, hope y'all enjoyed. If you could subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate that, guys. I think we're up to 37 subscribers right now. My goal for the end of July, even though it's still June, is 75. If I hit the 75, I'm going to be I'm going to pay for Adobe Creative Cloud so I can get Adobe Premiere Pro and Illustrator among other things, but that'll make me allow me to make better editing for my videos, add stuff in, stuff like that, and also better thumbnails, stuff like that, better graphics. So that's my goal. Hopefully I can hit it. It's y'all support. Y'all gotta be the ones to help me do that. So I I appreciate the support we've had so far, and hopefully the support keeps coming in. So yeah, I'd really appreciate if y'all could subscribe, and then if you could like the video, also really appreciate that. And if y'all want to play, just add me at Silverwolf. Sadly, it isn't Stanswitch, the same as my YouTube channel name, but add me and message me either through the comments on YouTube, or you can message me directly through Roblox, like on the browser, and I'll answer. We can either play this game together or any game. I'm really down to play whatever. So yeah. But as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. So peace out.